Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Let's Learn Endless Space. In this series I play a game on normal difficulty and try to explain my choices and the way they affect the game. The pilot episode ended on turn 12, you can watch it by clicking the link below. Now let us continue with turn 12. I begin with checking if it is possible to buy out the heavy isotope refinery on Fascia. The system currently has a production value of 10 and the improvement would add 10 more points, which doubles the production output of the system. This is a very large boost and will help in the production of improvements and ships. Moving on, I'm just checking some planets if they are worth colonizing. Research is a little closer to the non-baryonic particles. I decided to go this way since I have not met any AIs right now. On this difficulty the pirates are unlikely to show up until turn 30, so this will enable me to focus my empire on research at this point. So we check the production, nothing new happening, just a quick overview of the empire, and we move on to the next turn. Turn 13. Not much really happens there. Nothing of note, just checking the star types. Those can give you some information on what might be there potentially. Now we move on to turn 40. I queue up industry to science conversion since I do not need dust at this point. Getting more research out of the system is the better choice. In Fascia, buying out the heavy isotope refinery saves 5 turns of production and will enable me to start working on industry to science the very next turn. And here I forget to queue it up. Have to pay attention to everything. And turn 15. Now, as you can see, thanks to the industry to science conversion on both systems, the non-baryonic particle research was sped up by 5 turns. It was 15 turns last turn and now it is down to 9 turns. So, creating a fleet and moving to colonize the next system in line. Checking if it's worth to build sustainable farms. This would cause me to drop the industry to science. It is important it is always important to try and balance single system growth against the whole empire growth. So in this case I decide to stick with the conversion, as sustainable farms would take 3 turns to make and that would slow down my research by about 2-3 turns. I'm checking the system speed growth and there we go. We move on to turn 16. Now, by now, there is a fairly small chance that pirates might spawn. Having a ship in the system will prevent this. Therefore, I move my scout first to be entirely sure that nothing's popping up there, and I move the scout to Scorpius to prevent that very thing. So it is also worth mentioning that pirates will not spawn in systems under your influence or in your sensor range. As you can see, you have 2 circles. Near Naos you have a green circle, and around Fascia you have a transparent circle. This is the sensor strength, and the green circle is your actual influence. So if a system is in any of those circles, even if it's not colonized, pirates will not spawn there. And yes, and the hero levels up, getting civil engineering for an additional production. Now, colonizing Fudgies, queuing food, planetary exploitation for growth, and the heavy isotopes refinery. It's pretty much the standard opener for most planets. Yes, just a quick empire check to make sure that I have the 10% approval bonus, and I decide to move the hero to the new colonized system to speed up the whole thing. So this brought down the production queue from 15 to 4 turns, and then it will switch over to industry to science. Next turn. Now, nothing of note seems to be happening, and thanks to the hero with civil engineering, planetary exploitation was done in 1 turn. Next few turns, not much will happen as the research is almost done and there are no decent systems in the area. So I will be skipping those few turns. Now, in this case, in most cases, if you play on a larger map, you will be able to extend and get more systems. This is a smaller map, therefore those few starting turns, not much really happens at all. Now, and now turn 22 arrives. The non-baryonic particles complete. So this is the point where we create the first large queue and we select the future technologies. So from the bottom 3, efficient shielding for new ship hulls. This is the destroyer hull, and the applied Casimir effect, which will enable travel along wormholes. Now from the left 3, queuing botanical scanning, the first technology that gives an improvement that increases your approval rating. This is a counter to disapproval from growth and expansion. Disapproval will hinder you when trying to expand too rapidly or colonize too many systems. This will cause your population to become unhappy, and therefore you will lose on all the production bonuses and even get penalties for that. This is very important to look into. Now, there will be new planets in the galactic core, and they will require those approval improvements to grow properly. From the top 3, I selected the first beam weapons available to me. Current research time for the whole queue is about 19 turns, and I'm queuing up the magnetic field generators as soon as possible. They provide a flat bonus of 40 research points, and my systems right now generate somewhere between 15 and 30 research, so that's much more than a double, if it doubles, if not triples, the whole output of the system. At this difficulty, it is very, very useful, and it is well worth looking into getting that technology as soon as possible. This will give you a huge, huge advantage over the AI, even over the science-focused AIs. Now, turn 24. The research gets done, and I'm moving my scout so I can immediately move him out through the wormhole once the applied Casimir effect technology gets researched. Just doing a few basic empire checks, moving the hero around where necessary. It's also a very important, you need to always remember that a hero without any special skills takes 6 turns between movements to a different system. Now, this is a administrative turn, more or less, checking luxuries, approval ratings, making sure that I have all the necessary technologies queued up. and thanks to that botanical scan, to the fact that the botanical scanning is being queued up, I decide to go for some additional planets. Unfortunately, the other planets in Fascia are not very good due to the animal is toxic, which gives -20 approval rating, and the Kessler syndrome, which gives penalties to production dust. Approval wise, it is doable, however it's not really worth at this point, so I decide not to colonize anything here. So we move on to the next turn, and there you go. There are our first effects of the magnetic field generators. As you can see, 2 technologies got researched in 1 turn. Here I will do a little shot in the dark, since I decide to build a colony ship. In most cases it is a good move, since you will have planets in the galactic core. Here I upgrade the colony ship with engines. This will slightly improve the range, add a little to the production time. However, at the early stages of the game it is worth doing it if your ships can fit in an extra engine. This will give you some additional movement, therefore will get you places faster, and hopefully before the enemy fleet arrives or anything happens in the systems, you will be able to drop a colony on that system. Yes, and always remember to update your queues. Now, and that's it. So, and it's now time to move out of the galaxy arm. And there we go. First system, doing a quick check, and this looks a very nice system, and it will definitely get priority on colonization. One thing of note: when you move through a wormhole, you lose all your movement points. Does not matter how many movement points the fleet or the single ship had before moving through the wormhole. So that's something of note as well. The hero levels up, giving him some more production bonuses, and queuing up the scout to move. And thank you for watching part 2. I sincerely hope part 3 will come out much sooner than part 2 did, since the game is constantly, not maybe changing, but is getting improved. The general ideas behind this tutorial do not really change. The only thing that really changes are the in-game numbers. They should not affect your gameplay at this level. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, please leave comments. I really appreciate all the nice comments and input. They really motivate me to record, and hopefully I'll get myself to record much more often. I am also streaming from time to time. I will have all the links in the comments. Hope to hear from you, and thank you for watching.